My name is Emily, and I'm 24 years old. I always believed my family was perfect. To me, home meant love, laughter, and safety. Every morning, I'd wake up to the smell of my mom's cooking, hear my dad reading the newspaper, and see my siblings bickering in a way that somehow felt normal. But one day, everything I thought I knew about my family began to crumble. It started with a letter I found tucked inside my mother's drawer. Normally, I wouldn't have cared, but something made me pause. I unfolded the letter, and as my eyes skimmed the words, my stomach sank. There were secrets, sacrifices, and struggles my parents had kept from me my entire life. I felt anger first. How could they hide this? But quickly it gave way to guilt. I had taken their love for granted. Growing up, I had always noticed my father's distance but never questioned it. He was strict, serious, often lost in his own world, and I blamed him for many things without understanding why. My mother, meanwhile, was always the warm center of our family, but there was a quiet sadness behind her smiles. My siblings were like me, unaware of the weight that our parents carried, caught up in petty fights, school dramas, and dreams too big for a small household. Life seemed normal, happy even, until that letter forced me to see everything differently. I learned that my father had lost a significant portion of our family savings years ago. My mother had been working 2 jobs quietly, hiding her exhaustion and tears from all of us, just to keep the house standing, to keep us safe. The revelation shattered me. I confronted my parents that night. "Why didn't you tell us about the debts?" I asked, my voice trembling. My father couldn't meet my eyes, and my mother's face crumpled with sorrow. "I did it to protect you," she whispered. "I wanted you to grow up without carrying this burden." I couldn't speak for a moment. The anger and love, guilt and grief, collided inside me. I realized I had spent so long focusing on my own frustrations, complaints, and struggles that I had completely overlooked theirs. My parents weren't perfect, but their love was deeper than I had ever understood. As days passed, the tension in the house grew. I tried to talk to my siblings, but they had their own frustrations and misunderstandings. My older sister resented the sacrifices she didn't notice. My younger brother acted out, lashing at everyone, not knowing how to express his fear. Family dinners became quiet affairs. The laughter we used to share was replaced with uneasy glances and suppressed words. Yet, amid this tension, I found moments of clarity. I remembered small things: my mother staying up late to help me with homework, my father quietly repairing our broken furniture instead of buying new, my siblings' little gestures of love I had once ignored. Slowly, the pieces of our life began to make sense, like a puzzle I had refused to solve. One evening, the climax of our hidden emotions unfolded. I gathered the courage to speak openly to everyone. "We need to be honest with each other," I said. The words were heavy but necessary. My father explained how he felt ashamed, how he had tried to protect us from the shame of financial failure. My mother admitted she had kept secrets to shield us, never wanting us to feel burdened. My sister burst into tears, confessing her resentment for not understanding sooner, while my brother hid in the corner, finally admitting his fear of losing us. The house was filled with shouting, crying, and confessions. It was painful, raw, and terrifying, but it was real. For the first time, we were truly communicating, truly seeing each other's hearts. After the storm of emotions passed, a quiet understanding settled. I spent hours reflecting on the sacrifices my parents made, the love my siblings carried in their own way, and the complexity of our relationships. I understood that family isn't perfect, it's messy, complicated, full of mistakes, and yes, full of secrets. But it's ours. I began to forgive, first myself for my ignorance, then my siblings for their missteps, and finally, my parents for the burdens they had hidden. I realized that love is not about perfection, it's about enduring, understanding, and holding each other up even when life knocks you down. In the weeks that followed, we started slowly rebuilding our connections. Small gestures, making breakfast together, sharing stories from our past, laughing over old memories, became the foundation for healing. I noticed the little things I had always overlooked, the way my mother hummed while cooking, my father's careful attention to detail, my siblings' subtle acts of care. Each day, our home grew warmer, the invisible weight lifted little by little. We weren't perfect, and some scars would remain, but we had learned to communicate, to express love without fear or pride, and to forgive even when it was hard. Looking back now, I realize that family is not just about the happy moments we see or the perfection we imagine. It's about surviving the struggles together, facing truths even when they hurt, and finding love in the cracks where life has broken us. I still don't know if every wound will fully heal, but I've learned that love, patience, and understanding can mend more than we ever realize. Our family is not perfect, but it's real, and sometimes, real is more than enough. If there's one thing I want you to take from my story, it's this: cherish your family, even in the messy, complicated times. Notice their sacrifices, listen to their hearts, and never take love for granted. Because sometimes, the greatest lessons come not from the moments of joy, but from the struggles we survive together. And in the end, it's the love that endures, quietly, fiercely, and unconditionally.